TV show with bumblebees and prancing sheep. The only thing that calms me down enough so I can sleep.
Sleep, she never gets to sleep. In these troubled times, she never gets to sleep.
Unless I watch the Great British Bake Off, starring Mary, starring Paul. Beloved British bakers who have baked and seen it all. Sue and Mel keep things light if the kitchen gets too hot. There's flour, yeast, elbow grease, and something scrumptious in that pot. There's technical challenges that test each baker's skills. They're showstopper. As each weekend there's one less, we fall in love with all of them. Do we want them each to win?
Yes, 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 yes.
But on that gingham altar, their work is scrutinized and judged. Breads, meringues, biscottis, excellence cannot be fudged. One is named Star Baker. One baker must leave. They're hugged and kissed, they will be missed as many viewers grieve.
Ruby's vegetarian picnic basket was a thing of beauty.
Breadsticks, English muffins, Black Forest ghetto, baked Alaska, Arlett's baguettes, boba pizza, phyllo dough. Biscuits, buns, spelt, suet pudding, twills and tarts. Tiramisu, eclairs, pies, entremets win our hearts.
Entremets win our hearts. Entremets win our hearts.
And gave me T.H. White's The Once and Future King to read, and I was so moved the next morning I got up and picked up the guitar, started writing, and by nightfall I was in tears. And the Buskin and Bateau recorded the song first. The second was the wonderful Lucy Kaplansky at the behest of the incredible Christine Lavin, produced by my erstwhile assistant, Sugar Sean Colvin. What a trio of angels. This is the song is about the eternal triangle: a man, a woman, a lawyer. No, it's about how through time we all get to dance on every corner of that triangle. Just like Guinevere, Arthur, and Lancelot, Helen, Paris, and Menelaus. I call it Lancelot's tune. Guinevere, in my castle in Normandy, make a new home with me. Come follow me down, Guinevere. All my honor and glory will just be a story of the fall of the crown. Am I some dancing Lancelot who only falls in love with a woman who belongs to someone else? Is it just the blood of Paris running through my veins that sees a taken woman in myself I can't restrain? Is this knight of cups in his noble stance just a jack of clubs with an eye askance on the queen of hearts in a royal blue? I may shield the poor, but I can't save you, Guinevere. In my castle in Normandy, make a new home with me. Come follow me down, Guinevere. All my honor and glory will just be a story of the fall of the crown. golden apples on the mountain, this one fell to me. We are planets in a heartless gravity. I never chose to make a choice. It felt like someone else's voice saying all those crazy things down on one knee. Cassandra never cast a shadow, now it's racing to the shore. Oh, the face that launched 1,000 ships is sailing one more. Guinevere, in my castle in Normandy, make a new home with me. Come follow me down, Guinevere. All my honor and glory will just be a story of the fall of the crown.
Up and now it's ready to trim. Colored lights strung from limb to limb. We've got popcorn on a string, and we've got carols to sing. Now it's time for ornaments hung one by one. Who would ever think this could be so much fun? But we've been waiting all year, and finally Christmas is here. The red one came from Aunt Jean and the blue from Uncle Joe. This one's so old that no one seems to know. This is just what Christmas should be. Everyone trimming the tree. Don't forget the tinsel just to jazz things up. I don't know why, it's just a real nice touch. Yeah, we're trimming the tree, and we don't wanna stop till whoever is the tallest puts the star right there on the top. celebration brings back a Christmas memory. This is just what Christmas should be, with everyone trimming the tree. Don't forget the tinsel just to jazz things up. I don't know why, it's just a real nice touch. Yeah, we're trimming the tree, and we don't wanna stop till whoever is the tallest puts a star right there on the top.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to get the show started in just a moment. I just want to let you know to everybody on the Zoom side how you can interact with the show and how we can kind of build a little community. So the cool thing about Zoom is if you go down to the participant window right down here, click on this little button down here with the bodies. If you click on that, a window is going to pop up on the right-hand side of your screen. And once you go over to that window, you'll see this little blue hand all the way down at the bottom. If you push the little blue raise your hand button, if you push that, it will signal to me that you are in a quiet space and you'd like to remain unmuted for laughter and applause between songs. Just know that on Zoom, any noise you make will be heard by all and could even interrupt the show. So try to be quiet other than laughter and applause. I will be here to mute you in case anything goes wrong, so do not worry about that. And with that, I would like to introduce Lindsay Fife.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Lindsay Fife. I am the president and executive director of the Sounding Board out of West Hartford, Connecticut. So a very warm welcome to you all from here I'm here in Hartford. And we're so excited tonight to be presenting Christine Lavin. And just by way of introduction, as I know there may be folks who aren't familiar with the Sounding Board, we are a non-for-profit organization. Started in 1973, so that's 47-year-old organization with a mission of supporting and promoting and presenting folk music of all stripes. So we have a long legacy here in West Hartford, and we're so proud of what we do, and we're so proud of the community that we have. I want to give a shout out to any Sounding Board members on the evening tonight, as well as any of our volunteers. And I don't know if any of our board members have joined. I can't see everybody, but hi and thank you to all of you. I was nominated to be the president of the board in the winter, and then of course in March we all know how the world changed. So it has not been what I expected it would be in my first year as president. And as an organization, I would say we are a sort of older end of the millennial spectrum into boomers plus in terms of our demographic. And so we have been kind of on we'll say a quandary about what to do with virtual programming. I think we've all been a little bit anxious about trying something out. We are a fully volunteer-run organization with a small capacity. So when I got a message from Christine that she was ready to roll with a virtual performance, which would have been, of course, in person otherwise, we said, you know what? This is the perfect chance we have to get our feet wet in this virtual sphere. And so far, so good. I will say I have to appreciate the fact that you can show up in your slippers, right? So I'm a big fan of that already. So one plus that we can all appreciate. But we hope to, again, get our feet wet in the virtual sphere and see what we can do. Our concert series is canceled for the foreseeable seasons through spring 2021. But I will plug our website in the chat bar on the side if you're interested to learn more about the sounding board. And as well, if you want to drop me, you can drop down just to directly message me on the chat too, and you can drop me your email if you want to be added to our e-list to keep track of what's coming next for us. So again, thank you all. And again, Sounding Board's mission is all about the musicians and the performances. And with that, I want to introduce Christine Lavin. We are so thrilled to have and present this veteran singer-songwriter with not only wonderful songs, but a huge sense of humor. I haven't had the pleasure to see Christine live in person before, although she has performed at the Sounding Board. But I was just reading through some of the album titles, and I have a feeling we're going to be laughing quite a lot tonight. Some of the album titles, if you're not familiar, some of my favorites were Cold Pizza for Breakfast, Folk Zinger with a Z, If You're Drunk, You Can't Buy a Puppy, and her most recent album, On My Way to Hooterville. So we are so thrilled to hear what Christine has in store for us, as well as some very special guests, which I will leave to Christine to introduce. But without further ado, Christine Lavin.
Yay, Christine.
Woo! Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you great.
Okay. This show is kind of a miracle. I had it on my calendar for a long time, and I thought it was a virtual show until last Tuesday. And I looked at their website to see, what time do we start? They're like, oh, it was canceled. So on Thursday, we just kind of threw this whole thing together. So to help the Sounding Board step into the 21st century in the world of virtual concerts, because I think this is going to be going on for quite a while. And we've got some special people coming up at the after party around 10:15. There'll be Vance Gilbert and Cynthia Carle. He's from Boston. She's from LA. They don't know each other, but I'm sure sparks will fly. And we have Gordon Nash in the house. He's a 3-time Jeopardy champion. We'll get to him later. But I know all of our collective IQ just went up knowing we have a Jeopardy champion in the house. And I thought what I would start out with is a song that I haven't started out with in maybe 30 years. It's the very first song I ever recorded. My first album is called Christine Lavin Absolutely Live, was recorded on July 29th, 1981, or June 29th, 1981. You can imagine, I started out as an opening act for a lot of people in Greenwich Village. I opened for Kenny Rankin, for Henny Youngman, Livingston Taylor. My favorite person I ever opened for was Fred Willard, the comedian. He was so nice to me. But it's hard being an opening act. And so I thought I wrote the perfect song to open every show, and it goes like this. Well, I know you all came here hoping to see a star. And you're thinking, uh-oh, who is this unknown? One who thinks she can play guitar. Well, you don't have to listen, but I'd be obliged if you did. 'Cause I just got word from my doctor that I got 3 months to live. 3 months to live! You know, that's only 92 days. And already I'm forgetting the words to my songs. My mind is in a haze. 3 months to live. I'm not asking for sympathy, but take a good look, 'cause in 3 months there'll be nothing here to see. Not even my guitar, which I will have to sell to pay for my funeral. Record companies love it when their recording artists die. They get to re-release all the albums that never sold back in July. Well, I don't have any records, but I bet the sound man is making a tape. And in 3 months, he'll be bootlegging copies for $7.98. 3 months to live. And don't you know, I just signed a 2-year lease. So if anybody here would like to sublet an apartment on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, come backstage later, help me rest in peace. 3 months to live. I want my security deposit back so bad, so I could buy a going away present for my grieving mom and dad and 8 brothers and sisters who'll have to go on welfare after I'm gone, not to make you feel guilty. But if you'd like to see me die happy, with a smile spread across my face, thinking of all the beautiful people like you that I've sung for in this place. Tonight when the show is over, when the evening's through, you go home, you take a paper and a pencil, and this is what you do. 3 months to live. You write that to every record company, tell them for a dying act, she's first rate. Record her before it's too late. 3 months to live, at best I could be a shooting star. Well, that's more than being just another unknown in some Greenwich Village bar. And then I won't have to sell this when I pack for heaven. I can take along my guitar.
Hey, Christine. That's great.
I gotta tell you though, one time that song backfired. I opened for a guy named Elliot Murphy. He had a big following in Europe. Not so much in the US, but big in Europe. And it was at the bitter end, the other end, when it was called the other end. And he had this huge audience, and they looked normal to me. And I opened with 3 months to live, and the looks on their faces, some people actually tried to move their chairs back from the edge of the stage. And I didn't know that most of them were German. And of course, most of them understood English, but my sense of humor didn't really work for them, because after my set, which was, they were kind of quiet the whole time, this one guy came backstage. He was kind of like the spokesperson for the audience, and he said, "We want you to know we think it's very sad. You're dying and you sing about it." So they really thought I had 3 months to live. That's the only time it really backfired. But that is the first song on the first album I ever made. Oh, and then it got reviewed by a magazine called Record World. And the reviewer said, well, she's very strange, because the first song on her album is called 3 Minutes to Live. I was like, I wrote to him, before the internet, I had to write like a real letter. I said, excuse me, but if the first song was 3 Minutes to Live, the record would have been over, because I would have been dead. So sometimes things do get lost in translation. But I'm going to do another song from that very, very first album. And I got a special treat for you. We've never done this before. I sang this a bunch of times, a lot of different places. And one night, this artist came up to me afterwards. I didn't know she was an artist, but she said, I'm a children's book illustrator, and I would love to turn your song Amoeba Hop into a children's book. And I thought, okay, she's crazy. But she looked so normal and nice. So we started talking. And guess what? She did it. And she's in California right now. But she's got a copy of the book with her as she's traveling, because she's always planning ahead. She had no idea I was doing this show. I didn't know till Thursday. So can we please have a warm welcome for Betsy Francofini in California?
Yay! Thank you, Chris. Thank you. And here's my wonderful book that Christine and I produced called Amoeba Hop. And it's been quite a ride with Christine Lavin, as anybody could attest that knows Christine at all. She's the most generous, amazing artist, and in her own right, but she promotes all of us, all the other artists in her life. So thank you, Christine, for giving me this opportunity.
Well, it's a lovely book. And you want to open and show them that there's a CD in the cover? See? And there's also an extra bonus song on that CD.
Oh, it's a great one.
And
Fireflies.
Betsy, what age group is this for?
Like K through 3, but the Genius, pre-K, they can do it too. And actually, a lot of teachers purchase it and make their science class a lot more fun and play the music. And so it's unforgettable about learning about what goes on in a puddle of water. And
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing the song, and Betsy's going to turn the pages, and we're 3,000 miles apart. And we'll see if this works. And by the way, I got the idea for this song when I was in the 9th grade. The first time I ever looked in a microscope in Mr. Kristoff's biology class. It was a bucket of swamp water brought into class by my classmate Betty Ann Murphy. And I even thank her in the beginning of the book. I dedicate it in part to Mr. Kristoff.
Hey, Chris, real quick.
Yeah?
Can you just turn up your overall volume a little tiny bit?
Okay, my overall volume. Which dial is that? Monitor?
No, that's your headphones.
Oh, okay. Well, I turned up the vocal a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes on this song. You sound great. You don't sound bad.
We have new equipment, so bear with us. Okay, so Betsy, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. Just a little puddle of muddy water left there after the rain. I got down on my knees and looked close. I saw things I couldn't explain. There was all these itty bitty teeny weeny little tiny creatures swimming and sloshing about. I put my ear down to that puddle and I could hear one of them shout, "We're going to the Amoeba Hop. Everybody gonna be there." Got my eye on a cute paramecium, you know, the one with the wiggly hair. Rocking and rolling, shaking their cells and slapping their cilia all over. Well, the good times don't ever gonna stop when you go to the Amoeba Hop. That's what I heard. I mean it, I mean it, I mean it. Then I spied a shy protozoan swinging all by himself. He was looking for a partner to shake a leg with. Everyone was dancing with everybody else. Oh, he was so lonely. To Mother Nature showed him what to do. He boogied down, he did a little binary fission, split himself in two, and now he's got a partner. The Amoeba Hop, everybody gonna be there. My oh, nucleoli, have you ever seen such perfect pair? Rocking and rolling and shaking themselves, slapping their flagella all over. Well, the good times don't never gonna stop when you go to the Amoeba Hop. Good times don't never gonna stop when you go to the Amoeba Hop. Some folks think that one-celled animals don't know how to swing. People who say that are what? 'Cause I saw a band of algae get up there and sing. What did they sing, Betsy?
Oh, sorry. When the red robin comes bopping along.
But to them, it's a monster song. Oh, the puddle was jumping, so was I. I guess I lost my head. In my excitement, I splashed to try. Oh my gosh, I thought they was dead, but no, they just come splashing down right into my hand. Sure enough, I could still hear that swinging algae band sing. We're going to the Amoeba Hop. Everybody gonna be there. Got my eye on a cute paramecium. Look at the hair, girls, look at the hair. Rocking and rolling, shaking their cells and slapping soda booty all over. Well, the good times don't never gonna stop when you go to the Amoeba Hop. Good times don't never gonna stop when you go to the Amoeba Hop. But good times don't never gonna stop when you go to the Amoeba Hop.
Hey, woo. It has real science in the back. That I worked with scientists to write the back of the book, and it has actual photos of real amoebas and paramecium and everything. And we won an award from the American Association for the Advancement of Science. We have a little book award.
But we also got invited. Remember, we went to that convention with protistologists?
Yeah.
We got to party with these really fancy scientists. That was, remember we danced with them and everything?
Yeah, they're pretty wild. You know, they seem tame, but
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
Betsy, can you stick around? Because I know you have another book that's coming out in December. You want to show everybody the cover?
Yeah. I'll tell. This is the amazing thing. Just quickly. So in the back of the Amoeba Hop, there's something that I use for the bar cups and everything. They're called diatoms, and here they are, and their nickname is, and that was done a dozen years ago, right? Jewels of the Sea, and I'm just producing this now. So it's a book about diatoms, and that's why I was chosen for this book, because I knew all about diatoms.
So Betsy will be at the after party, and she'll tell us more about her Jewels of the Sea book.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Betsy, so much for doing this. I mean, it's so exciting. 3,000 miles apart. Oh, now I'm going to do another song from that very first album. And I was on the Today Show, July 13th, 1981, with my friends Hilly, Lily, and Lulu. That was Hillary Rollins, Lily, who's really, I forget her real name. Anyway, we were on the Today Show with Jane Pauley because I wrote the song about a guy who I had no interest in at all until he proposed marriage to somebody else. And then I realized I had a thing for him. So we sang this song, and a couple weeks later, they ended up getting married anyway. But I just wish that they could have heard this song, because it could have saved us all years and years of heartache. Let's see if you can remember how it goes. It's been so long since I've done this song. Here we go. I never really knew him, but I was hoping that we might meet. I knew I'd find him very witty. I hoped he'd find me sweet. But somebody beat me to him, ruined all of my plans. Some little conniving wench went and stole my man. Oh, Charles, Prince Charles, can you hear my heart break? Can you hear me telling you marrying her is a big mistake? Oh, Charles, my Charles, she's just a child of 19. Don't you think that's a little young to be making her England's future queen? Huh? Oh, yes, I know, she's pretty. Yes, I know, she's rich. But I read in the National Enquirer, Lady Diana is a witch. I was very shocked to read, but it must be true, because there hasn't been anything on 60 Minutes about her wanting to sue. Well, Charles, my Charles, you have made such a bad mistake. In the bosoms of girls all over the world, hearts keep going break, break, break. Oh, Charles, my Charles, she's not even 20 years old yet. And think of all the eligible women in the world that you still have not met. Oh, maybe you got panicky, thinking you were losing your looks. Well, confidentially, Chuck, you got no looks to lose. Maybe you are the kind of cat who likes to drive us women mad. Knowing now you'll have, I'm never gonna get to be the future queen of England blues. Charles, Prince Charles, do you have a last name? I was gonna ask you that on our first date. Forget it, things have changed. Oh, Charles, my Charles, any girl looks good when she's 19. But think about her 30 years from now, when she's an old and ugly queen. Take a look at your mother, boy, and you'll know what I mean.
All right, Christine. That was great.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you what happened. I'll never forget that night, because I never slept. I didn't sleep the whole night. They picked me up at 4:30 in the morning, and we went to the studios and did a run through and sang it through. And then a voice, it was the director. I never met him. I just heard his voice. He said, Miss Lavin, can you sing that last line over again? So I said, yeah, take a look at your mother, boy, and you'll know what I mean. He said, oh, no. No. You cannot sing that on network television. Rewrite the ending. I was like, what? 4:30 in the morning, no sleep, rewrite the ending. So right off the top of my head, I said, take a look in any royal history book and you'll know what I mean. So he said, all right. So I got to insult every queen that ever was. But that was all right with him. And I only do it now because The Crown is on. And, you know, it's all about Diana and Charles and their romance. And so I would never have done it except for The Crown, which I love. And I got to say, I'm so sorry that Princess Diana's life ended the way that it did. But I do like William and Kate and their little kitties. And I love little Archie and I love Meghan Markle. So, you know. Anyway, the song was banned in England. I don't know. It's dangerous for me to even sing it now because I've never played in England. And I hope to, but now probably I never will. But, well, this next song is a complete departure. And this is one I wrote in the mid-90s. And I'm only doing it because of today's date. Today is November 21st. And we all know tomorrow is November 22nd. And for any of us of a certain age, November 22nd, 1963 is a date that's just seared in our memories. And in the mid-90s, I was actually working on a record called Please Don't Make Me Too Happy. And we thought it was done. And I had to leave to do some concerts. So I had one in Dallas, Texas. And I got there a day early. My routing gave me an extra day. And I was staying at a hotel called the Hotel of the Americas that had a skating rink in the middle of it. It was June. There were ice skating in Dallas. And I remember when I checked in, I asked the front desk clerk, I said, you know, I have a day extra here in Dallas. Is there anything that I should go visit that you would recommend? And he leaned in because he didn't want to talk too loud. And he said, the 6th floor museum is just a couple blocks from here. It's not advertised, but it's a very beautiful museum. So it's Dallas's #1 tourist attraction, but they don't really advertise it because there's still a lot of shame involved in what happened on that day. So I went over to the museum and I ended up coming back to my hotel room and just sitting down and writing exactly what happened. And this is how it went. There are lots of children here who do not understand. They squirm in their parents' arms. Reluctantly, they hold their hands. When they look out the windows, all they see are city streets. They don't like the videos, they're black and white and have no beat. There are people speaking Chinese, speaking Spanish too. The most here look a lot like me. You probably think that they look like you. A group of New Zealanders just came through the door. It's Wednesday afternoon in Dallas, here on the 6th floor. Everyone remembers where they were that awful day. The man in line behind me says he was in high school rehearsing a play. The woman with him says she was on the cinder track when she heard the news, and being here just brings it all back. We weave our way through memorabilia hung up on the walls. Campaign posters, photos of weddings and children running through those hallowed halls. A brief display on Cuba and the Vietnam War. You can't help but wonder what might have been as you stroll around the sixth floor. They've got films here we've all seen on the news. I turn my head when that limousine comes into view. Instead, I watch all these faces looking on in shock, reliving our collective nightmare, turning back the clock. I'm surprised to see the sixth floor has become a tourist spot where people from all walks of life feel compelled to stop. We look out the windows, feel our heartbeats race. The cars below just come and go, ignore this infamous place. The children up here make it clear they just want to leave. They crawl around the carpet and they tug on their parents' sleeves. We're amused to see the souvenirs on sale by the door. I wrote this song with a pen engraved the sixth floor.
That's beautiful, Christine.
Thank you. I know it's a hard thing to think about, but tomorrow is that date. And interestingly, I bought a pen. I bought a pen that had the logo of the sixth floor. What it is it's 5 brick-colored lines and the top line is black. And when I got back to the hotel, I wrote that song with that pen. Then the next day I did my show, and then the next day I was traveling and I was on a plane and I took out the lyrics. They were all written, but I wanted to, refine them a little bit. So on the plane, I took out that same pen. It was the only pen I had at the time. And I opened it and it did one of those exploding ink things right in my hand. And the flight attendants came running and wrapped it all up with napkins and threw it away. So the only thing I wrote with that pen was the song about the sixth floor museum. So if you're ever in Dallas, or if you live in Dallas and you've never been to this museum, it's really more of an educational kind of presentation. And there's some of it that is just film with music. So even if English isn't your first language, because there's so many international visitors that I saw that day. So I highly recommend it. Now this next song, I wrote this a couple of years ago because it became very clear that our current administration, the one that doesn't want to leave, that they have sort of a grudge against educated people. And so I thought, oh my God, I have to write a song for these people who are educated and being, downtrodden. So it's called College Fight Song for Sesquipedalians. And sesquipedalians are people like Gordon Nash, who's in the house, our Jeopardy champion, who use big words, but some of them use big words unnecessarily. So it's my dream that this become a sing-along. I know it'll never happen. But here we go. College fight song for sesquipedalians. I like big words 'cause I'm a sesquipedalian. I like how it feels to say pentagruelian, iliwacker, argobargo, unctuous, noctambulist, capernoid, brontide, vancal, cruciferbalist, saxicolist, someone who lives under a rock, chronomentrophobia, fear of clocks, jejune, behavior is juvenile, a connoisseur of fine wine is an enophile. Cupidity relates to insatiable greed. Dipsomaniac's a drunk who smokes too much weed. To bombalate means you loudly buzz or hum. An impecunious ignoramus is a broke and dumb bum. A philosophoncalist lies to impress others. Mamothrep, a child spoiled by grandmother. Bindle stiff, that's another word for tramp. Rocky means as foggy, as cold in his stand. Mumpsimus, one who sticks to the old ways. Nudie sturgeon pertains to the day before yesterday. An autotonsillialist cuts their own hair. A blatherskite is a person full of hot air. But my new favorite big word is spaghettification. It's better than bombsy-die or malversation. It's better than gangoozler, that's an idle spectator. Better than Philippenless, you can look that up later. Spaghettification is also called the noodle effect. Think of astrophysics tidal forces, though in retrospect, spaghettification is a subject Neil deGrasse Tyson knows. I just like how it sounds like hinky keek and juxtapose. Massity, deracinate, bad mash, prevaricate, bingo, scrippage, peely wally, discombobulate, pre-anti, penultimate, frondor, gasconade, slubberdergullion, panergic, estrapade, sesquipedalians. This song's for you. You're not excendentezius, your heart's beat true. You're not snollygoster, who is gay to swallalalia. You are superbious, alleluia. Sesquipedalians smack the verbal recombundibus, stronger than an arbalest or a blunderbuss. Sesquipedalians of the world unite. With our big vocabularies we will fight, 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 fight. Sesquipedalians. Sesquipedalians. Is here another big word that means sesquipedalians? I wish there was, but no.
Great. That's great.
Well, after I wrote that song, somebody came up to me. Oh, wait, I need that. Hold on. Somebody came up to me. It was actually at the town crier. And it was a young kid, like a teenager. And he said, your song doesn't have my favorite big word in it. And I said, what's your favorite big word? He said, floxinoxanilopilification. I said, what? Floxinoxanilopilification. I said, what does that mean? And he said, that means it's the process by which something becomes useless. So I have a feeling none of you have ever heard this word before. So may I be the first to say, may none of us here ever experience floxinoxanilopilification. That's all I have to say about that. But, by the way, this is a free concert. I always do free concerts. But if you want a tip, that's really nice. And I'm going to give a percentage of the tips. I don't know how much. Depends on how generous you are. To the sounding board. Because I had one of my most wonderful experiences as a performer at the sounding board. For a while, I was covering a tune called Lonely for a While by Jesse Winchester. It is a great, great song. And it's such a song that calls out for people to dance to it. So I asked at the sounding board, do we have any couples here who know how to do ballroom dancing? And there was this couple. They were kind of old, but they came up on stage, and during the instrumental break of the song, they danced. And it was so sweet. And then they sat down. I had a little table set up with 2 chairs. And it was just the sweetest thing. And it's like, who, in what show could you suddenly bring people up from the audience to dance at the sounding board? You can do that.
That's a lovely recollection, and you beat me to it. I was going to also make a quick plug that. Oh, Christine beat me to it. I was going to make a quick plug that she so graciously offered to give a small percentage of the proceedings tonight over to our organization, and again, so graciously offered to present a free show. So, if you are able to make a tip of any kind, the links are in the chat, but I can shout them out real quick just so you can write it down if you're more of an analog person. It's https://paypal.me /CHRISTINELAVIN music MUSIC. That'll do it. Or also Venmo. So if you're on a Venmo, you can look up Christine-Lavin-6. Okay. And you can also mail a check to her directly. So check the chat out, and please tip generously if you are able. And thank you again, Christine.
Oh, well, thank you, Lindsay. I'm going to do a song now that's from my latest album, On My Way to Hooterville. And I know that a lot of you probably, wait, before I'm going to do that, I have to sing the Jeopardy theme song before I forget. Gordon, who's in the house, won Jeopardy 3 times. Right, Gordon? And I was actually on Good Morning America when Alex Trebek was the guest host. They had me come on and sing the lyrics to him. And everybody's so sad that Alex died, but he did a great service at the end of his life, telling us all what he was going through and making it understandable and giving his long goodbye gave us all comfort, I think. But I realized one day watching Jeopardy, it doesn't have lyrics in the theme song, and it should have lyrics. So this is what I wrote. Back in high school, you were square, carried books and slide rules everywhere. You scored straight A's week after week. They called you egghead, called you geek. For everyone who laughed in your face, now's your chance to put them in their place, because you're on a TV show where your big brain wins big. Do boom boom.
That's great.
That's Christine.
Hey, I recognize the Neil Braverman's voice. Neil's in the house. Oh, Neil, wait a minute. That's right. Brandon, I sent you that picture of that birthday cake. Did you get it?
Yep, I got it.
Neil, is your wife around?
No, she's celebrating.
She's out celebrating without you?
Well, I told her I was celebrating with you.
Well, I hope she's wearing a mask wherever she's celebrating.
Oh, no doubt.
But today is Rosemary's birthday. And it's also your wedding anniversary, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Now, you're a sly fox to get married on her birthday. This way you only have one date to remember.
You got it. That's why we did it.
Seriously? Is that why you chose it? How long have you been married, Neil?
This is 16 years.
16?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you said 60.
Yeah, well, I look like it, don't I?
No. Well, happy anniversary to you.
Thank you, my dear.
Happy birthday to Rosemary. And, a lot of us are at an age where we're taking care of our parents. And I know there's caregivers in the house. And I did that for a couple years early in 2010 to 2012. And I have 8 brothers and sisters. And my sister Mary is watching. I'm not sure if she's in Zoom or if she's at YouTube or Facebook. Hi, Mary. She's my little sister. She's like the best girl, the best Lavin in the whole family. We're all trying to be good, but she's really, really good. And she spent a lot of time taking her mom for drives, which my mom loved. And she loved to sit by the lake. So one day, Mary and my mom were sitting by the lake, and something very dramatic happened. And Mary told us about it, and it became this song. It's called My Sister Mary and My Mother. Oh, my sister Mary loved visiting Mom. She'd take her out for a ride. They both enjoyed the open road, the gently rolling countryside. So different from the nursing home where she'd sit in a chair, thinking she had just arrived, wanting to get away from there. Oh, they drive past farms and sometimes stop by fruit and fresh picked corn, gather sunflowers and wild roses, being careful with the thorns. But most of all, Mom loved to sit quiet by the lake, eating vanilla ice cream. No need for cake. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, one day, my sister Mary and my mother were enjoying time spent on the shoreline, simply with each other, when a giant osprey swooped on down right out of the blue, dove feet first into the lake, the way that ospreys do. It emerged with a great big lake trout wriggling in its claws. Oh, my sister Mary and my mother watched it, defying gravity's laws. It flapped its wings so hard, struggled with the weight of a lake trout that no doubt now had an elevated heart rate. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, my sister Mary and my mother watched this dramatic show. Nature in all of its splendor, beauty, wonder, woe. They watched the bird and wriggling fish disappear into the sky. Then my mother said, I hope that fish had a dream to fly.
Oh, that was
I love that.
beautiful. Beautiful.
I love that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mary, for telling us about that. Well, I'm going to do this next song because it's so requested and I never do it, but it happens to be in the same tuning. And it's not a happy song, but for New Yorkers, it's just another one of those dates that we live with. It was a Monday morning. I was coming in from a long trip on the road. I flagged a cab near the East Side Terminal. I said, please take me home. Drove up along 3rd Avenue, across through Central Park. When we came out at 72nd Street, felt a cold chill in my heart. Every time I see the Dakota, I think about that night. Shots ringing out, the angry shouts, a man losing his life. Well, it's something we shouldn't dwell upon, but something we shouldn't ignore. Too many good men have been cut down. Let's pray there won't be any more. Rush hour traffic was bottled up. We slowly hinged by. I didn't want to look, but I couldn't help staring at the scene of the crime. There was an old man sweeping last night's dirt out of the darkened vestibule, and a uniformed guard in a gold-trimmed cap watching the world pass in review. But every time I see the Dakota, I think about that night. Shots ringing out, the angry shouts, a man losing his life. Well, it's something we shouldn't dwell upon, but something we shouldn't ignore. Too many good men have been cut down. Let's pray there won't be any more. I don't believe in coincidence, so why then on the radio did an old familiar voice echo back from not so long ago? He said, imagine all the people living life in peace. Well, that's hard to do when you're on this blood-stained street. I wish I had the answer to the simple question, why? I wish this taxi would go faster. Oh, I wish the driver would try to leave this street and leave this old building far behind. I wish I could take these bitter thoughts and just shake them from my mind. But every time I see the Dakota, I still think of that night. Shots ringing out, the angry shouts, a man losing his life. Well, it's something we shouldn't dwell upon, but something we shouldn't ignore. Too many good men have been cut down. Let's pray there won't be any more. Imagine all the people living life in peace.
Stunning, Christine.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to switch back to my other guitar, but I just wanted to show you this one. This is made by Grit Laskin, the great Canadian luthier, and it's got all the planets on it. It's got the Pioneers. Whoop! Sorry. It's got the Pioneer spacecraft on the top, and it's because. Oh, I forgot I left the capo on the other guitar. Hold on. This is the aerobic portion of my day. All right, there we go. Because I wrote a song back in 1996. Whoop. It was inspired by a newspaper article in USA Today. And here we go. In Arizona, at the turn of the 20th century, astromathematician Percival Lowell was searching for what he called Planet X, 'cause he knew deep down in his soul that an unseen gravitational presence meant a new planet spinning in the air, joining the other 8 already known, circling our sun up there. But Percival Lowell died in 1916, his theory only a theory, till 1930 when Clyde Tombaugh, in a scientific query, discovered Planet X, 3.7 billion miles from our sun. A smallish ball of frozen rock, methane and nitrogen. It joined Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Our solar system's newest neighbor, 2/3 the size of our moon. A tiny, barely visible speck, cold, minus 440 below. Not exactly paradise. They named the planet. Come on, what did they name the planet?
Pluto.
I thought you'd all scream out at once. Right. Go to the head of the class. That same year, 1930, Walt Disney debuted his own Pluto as well. But a cartoon dog with the very same name as the CEO of hell. That was not your normal Disney style. Most thought he was riding the coattails of Plutomania sweeping the world, not unlike our modern love for manatees and whales. For the next 5 decades, mysterious Pluto captivated our minds. As late as 1978, its own moon Charon was seen for the very first time. But now, satellites and telescopes and computer calculations say that Pluto may not be a planet at all, creating great consternation. Some scientists say that Pluto is a trans-Neptunian interloper swept away by an unknown force, or a remnant of a wayward comet somehow sucked off course. Others say Pluto is an asteroid in the sun's gravitational pull. But if you had asked Clyde Tombaugh, he would have told you that's all bull. I get hundreds of letters, kids every year. He says it's Pluto, the planet they love. It's not Pluto the comet, it's not Pluto the asteroid they wonder about above. And at the International Astronomical Union Working Group for Planetary System Nomenclature, that is a real club, they too say Pluto is a planet, reinforcing Clyde Tombaugh's view of nature. Norwegian Kari Eksnes, professor at the Theoretical Astrophysics Institute, he too says Pluto is a planet, and a significant one to boot. But at the University of Colorado, astronomy Larry Esposito says if Pluto were discovered today, it would not be a planet. End of discussion, finito. He says that Pluto was definitely not spun off from solar matter like the other 8 planets we know. By every scientific measurement we have, is Pluto a planet? No. And now 20 astronomy textbooks refer to Pluto as less than a planet. I guess if Pluto showed up at a planet convention, the bouncer would be forced to ban it. St. Christopher is looking down on this, and he says, Pluto, I can relate. When I was demoted from sainthood, I gotta tell you, little buddy, it didn't feel real great. And Scorpios look up in despair, because Pluto rules their sign. Is now reading their daily horoscope just a futile waste of time? It takes 248 Earth years for Pluto to circle our sun. It's tiny and it's cold, but of all heavenly bodies, it was Clyde Tombaugh's favorite one. Till he was 92, he worked every day in Las Cruces, New Mexico, determined to maintain the planetary status of his beloved Pluto. But how now do we deal with it? Scientists think they have proof that Pluto was never a planet. How do we handle this truth? As the PhDs all disagree, we don't know yet who's wrong or who's right. But wherever you are, whatever you are, Pluto, we know you're up there tonight. And in the year 2015, you got to see the New Horizons Express fly by and take pictures of your way cool surface to send to your webpage address. SEEPLUTONOW.com. See PlutoNow.com. You've got your own webpage. For little guy Pluto, you're the bomb. Yes, at the turn of the 20th century, astromathematician Percival Lowell, in his quest for Planet X, started this ball to roll. But here in the 21st century, we think he may have been a little off base. So we look at the sky and wonder what new surprises await us in outer space. We look at the sky and we wonder,
Beautiful, Christine.
Thank you. And I got a D in astronomy in college. I always tell astronomers that whenever I meet them, because I don't want them to hear it on the street. They better hear it from me first. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, who I mentioned earlier in Spaghettification, that song, the Sesquipedalian song, he actually invited me to one of his events at the Beacon Theater. And I got to sing that song in front of 1,500 people who all got A's in astronomy. So I gave the lyrics to a woman sitting in the front row, and I said, if I get lost, can you prompt me? Because I was so scared I would get lost and humiliate myself in front of 1,500 A++ astronomy students. And it added such a drama. And they gave me the recording. It's actually on my album, Spaghettification. They gave me the recording afterwards, and it was the biggest applause I ever got in my life. I think because people couldn't believe I got through without losing, the lyrics. But anyway, I see that Vance Gilbert is in the Zoom room. So I'm going to do one more song, and then we're going to start our song swap with Vance Gilbert, who's from the Boston area, and Cynthia Carle, who's from Los Angeles. You're going to make such musical discoveries if you've never seen either one of them before, or both of them will be such great discoveries. And I started out the show with the first song that I ever recorded, 3 Months to Live, and I'm going to end with the first song on my newest record. That was 1981, and this is 2020. And there's 3 songs on the record, On My Way to Hooterville, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. They're all true stories. And I'm going to start with Part 1, and this will be the last song in the show. So we'll have a couple minutes, turn over. You can get something else to drink. And again, thank all of you. Thank you so much who have donated money. I can't see the chat room. My multitasking skills only go so far. But I bet that you've given a lot of money, and I'm going to give as much as I can afford to give to the sounding board. And I know they'll be back, and I think they should do more concerts like this, because I think you'll show up for them. They do a wonderful job. But here we go. On My Way to Hooterville, Part 1. I don't make things up. I just make them rhyme, so no one will get hurt. Let's start with Once Upon a Time. I did a concert in a quaint little theater next to a charming Airbnb. If I thank them from the stage, I could stay for free. The people who had the room before me, I was told, were a couple of cute newlyweds who loved each other madly. and loved the big brass bed. Ooh, big brass bed. Thank you, I would love to stay. The owner said I would put good money on you having sweet dreams tonight. I did, and the next afternoon I did what I thought was right. I stripped the bed to make it easy to prepare for whoever would stay there next. But what fell out of the blankets and sheets left me perplexed. A blindfold, blue BVD size XXXL. Not kidding. A slinky baby doll nightie, furry handcuffs as well. What did I sleep on? I can't ask for a refund, 'cause I never pay. What do I do with the remnants of this newlywed love parade? I guess I could pack 'em into my suitcase, give airport security a thrill when they go through my luggage. On my way to Hooterville, what did I sleep on? Instead, I packed up the goodies in the blankets and sheets and left them in a pile on the floor. I left the maid service requested sign dangling from my door. That night, I left in an Uber. The driver said, "Please get in the front seat." Did I mind if we stopped at a drive-thru? He was hungry, he had to eat. Then he leaned over, he looked me in the eye and he said, "I can't see in the dark." Riding shotgun with him was like taking a spin in a dangerous amusement park. Then he confided that he had no money, and if I would pay for the food, he'd give me a ride to the airport for free. That put me in a mood, 'cause everybody knows the Uber charge is automatic. I had to let that one go. At the airport, I told him, from now on, only drive in the daylight. He said, I know. I waved goodbye. He put the car in gear, disappeared into a dusty cloud, checking me out in the rearview mirror, cranking Rush Limbaugh up loud. Oh, it's a brave new world where anyone can be a taxi or an Airbnb. I'm gonna think twice next time I'm offered something free. For some, life is one long journey, first up, then all downhill. But for me, it's little adventures on my way to Hooterville. What did I sleep on? I can't see in the dark. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, Christine, that was great. That was great.
Thank you so much.
What a
Thank
great
you.
show.
Now we're going to take a quick little break to get set up for the after party. And we've got Betsy Francofini, who's going to show us her diatom book, Vance Gilbert, and Cynthia Carle from LA. So hang on.
Yay.
I am at the opera. I don't like the opera, but he loves the opera, and I love him. I follow the libretto, I follow the conductor. When I follow the plot, my head begins to spin. I don't understand a word. Even when it's English, everyone around me says this is divine. I don't like the opera, but look, I'm at the opera. It's a good thing he can't read my mind. Yes, he's a wonderful Parsifal. And she's the best tuner I've ever seen. Look at me, I'm skiing when I do not like skiing, but he loves skiing, and I love him. I rent the boots and bows, I shiver in the coat. I'm charging down the mountain, risking life and limb. There's no exhilaration, I am only feeling terrified. Everyone around me's having such a great time. I do not like skiing, but look at me, I'm skiing. It's a good thing he can't read my mind. Yes, exhilarating is just the very word I was thinking of. Scared of heights? Oh no, not me. I am not complaining, I'm just making observations. Expanding your horizons is a sign of maturation. Now I tolerate cigars, cause he's a smoker. I'm playing just though I confess sometimes I love for poker. Well, we're back. And thank you all for coming. Thank you for supporting the sounding board. And I see that my brother Christopher is in the chat room. He's the other Chris Lavin. He was born on Columbus Day. That's why there's 2 Chris Lavins in the family. And it's great to see him here. And I guess we're going to get started. And Vance, be ready. You're going to go first. There's this guy named Vance Gilbert. You know what? I want to check the, I'm going to go to the gallery view. And I'd like to see everybody in the gallery. Raise your hand if you've seen Vance Gilbert before. Okay, raise your hand. Okay, put him down. Now raise your hand if you've never seen Vance Gilbert. Oh, good. Oh, good, Vance. As Don White likes to say, look at the fresh meat in the house tonight. Vance is somebody who is so hard to describe, though somebody said that if Joni Mitchell and Richie Havens had a love child and Rodney Dangerfield was the midwife, Vance Gilbert would be the result. There's nobody quite like him. Has a very interesting hobby that has to do with aviation that he might tell you about. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple rounds, 2 or 3 rounds of songs, so you get to hear some of his stuff. And he does a Monday night pajama party. He's been doing it since the very, very beginning of the pandemic. Every Monday night he's got a great group of people who get together. They love him so much. So please welcome Vance Gilbert.
Yay,
Woo!
Hey, everybody. It's so good to be here. Thanks for having me, Christine. What a blast to get to play on a Saturday night this is the after party. So we just doing after party stuff. Woo, shoot. I might even wear a hat or something. Maybe I'll put on this thing. I don't know what this thing is. It came to me. Look at that. I got a thing on. Christine, look at the thing I got.
You're so handsome.
I know.
Fox.
I know, right? I mean, you know, a little bit of hubris there. Sorry about that. Thanks for having me. You can live on pie and whiskey, but you surely won't live too long. One is as sweet as your very first kiss, the other gonna go down strong. Neither one will sustain you, when the other make your belly lame and go wrong. You can live on pie and whiskey, but you surely won't live too long. You can sing yourself a lullaby like your mama sang to you. Hers looks just like a ringing a bell. Yours is like a worn out shoe. She had a voice just like honey. Yours just like leather nails and glue. You can sing yourself a lullaby like your mama sang to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can cry, cry, cry like no tomorrow, but yesterday done come and gone. I hijack the pie and the whiskey, kidnap your mama's soul. Oh, but worn out shoes are made for walking. You better get walking, cause you ain't gonna be here long. You can cry, cry, cry like no tomorrow. You can sing yourself a lullaby. You can live on pie and whiskey, but you surely won't live too long. Yeah. Woo!
Oh, Vance, that was awesome, my friend. That was great.
Vance.
Thanks.
So Vance, tell us, how has life been for you since the beginning of the pandemic?
Life has been crazy in the pandemic. It's weird being black. It's weird being amongst COVID people. There's people around my block that have it, and it's a strange time. It's a strange time, and I am finding my various ways to find solace. You know, one of them is trying to be kind to people no matter what. I've got about 70 million people that I'm pissed at with right now, and I'm trying to be kind to them. And I work on my model airplanes. I do a lot of research and reading about that, and that soothes me. I spent the day writing. I haven't been writing much. Focusing has been hard. Focusing has been difficult, to say the least. But today was a good day of focus. I put my nose to grindstone and did a little writing. And last but not least, I have been running a lot. I've dropped 25 pounds because I'm putting 3 to 5 miles in a day. And my knee hurts, but I sure am pretty. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. It's like, who is that good-looking elder Negro going around the block for the 5th time? Look at him go. Ooh. Oh, he plays folk music, too? Oh, I'm just... Give all my neighbors the vapors. They're just like, oh, look at him go.
I've always been pretty.
And that's the men. The men are like, honey, look.
Hey Vance, when we come around to you again to do a song, could you show one of your airplanes that you're working on?
I'll have to go downstairs and get one.
Well, you'll have time, but I don't want you to miss Cynthia Carle. Have you ever heard her?
No, I have never heard Cynthia.
Hello, Vance.
So Cynthia is going to be next, and Cynthia is from the Los Angeles area. You want to tell us a little bit about you?
Oh boy, I don't even know what that would even be. I wake up every day going, I'm okay, and that's okay is really good right now. Oh, what I mean? It's like I'll take it. Okay is just fine, and I have friends who are not okay, and they get all my thoughts, you know. And Vance, did I just call you Vince? That's how fucked up.
No, that's but my mother used to do that. Don't worry about it. I'll slap her silly, but that's what she did. Yeah.
Now it turns out I am your mother is what actually.
Oh my goodness.
Who knew, right?
That makes me look at you though. You make me feel Oedipal if that's what you is. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, that song knocked my socks off. And Christine, you always knock my socks off, and you did tonight. And I'm just want to say, Tink, I'm going to keep drinking this regardless of anything. There's a Saturday night martini, and there we are. So can I just sing now? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm so confused. Can you hear everything okay? Is that all right?
Hey,
Yeah.
Can you just
Okay.
do you have your original sound? Does it say turn off in the top corner?
Oh yeah, I should take that off, right?
Yep.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
It should
I
say
knew
turn
that.
off.
My friend Joseph told me that, and I neglected to
Yeah.
do it.
So it says turn off, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yep. That's good.
Okay. Right now it says turn on, meaning it is currently turned off.
No, it needs to say turn off. I know that doesn't make any sense, but you need to click it so
No.
it needs to read turn off. It needs to say
Okay.
turn off. So
All
click
right.
it again.
So, all right. Turn off.
There-
Now it says turn off original
There you
sound.
go.
Is that better?
Perfect. Now
Yeah.
you should be
Great.
good to go.
Thank you. Are you Brandon?
Yes. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. You're the
Brandon!
invisible man. It's cool.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Brandon.
Hi,
hey
Brandon.
Vance, how's it going? Good to see
Brandon
you
and I
guys.
have worked so much together recently. I'm just like, Brandon again. I fine.
All right, fine. I thought that this song might be kind of a good idea because I know that during this berserk time in our history, there are people going through the pandemic in a household with a whole lot of people, maybe family, friends, bunch of people. Then there are people going through it alone in a single, just them in a place. Then there are people going through it with a significant other, and it's just two people in a place. And I thought that this song would be kind of applicable for those. So let me just sing you the song. It's called Different. I love you, baby. Yes, I do. I love you, baby. Oh, yes, I do. But I tell you what, I'd love you more if you were different. I'm supposed to love you like you are. Yes, I'm supposed to love you. I'm supposed to love you just the way you are. Well, that's a very lovely thought. You want me to love you unconditionally. Yes, you want me to love you unconditionally. Well, I would do that on one condition. Be like I want you to be. Yeah, one of the things about the pandemic is you can't kind of say, take it. Is, you do things the way you want, not the way I want you to. You tend to do things just the way you want, not the way I want you to. They say hell is other people. They're talking about you. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't need a movie star. I don't need a billionaire. Don't need you to be a movie star. Don't need a billionaire. Now, if you want to make me happy, you just be more like that guy over there. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love you, baby. Oh, yes, I do. But I tell you what, I would love you more if you were different.
That was great, Cynthia. Wow.
Thank you, Vance.
That's
Yeah. You know, I wrote that. So I was with some friends once, a couple, and they were kind of newlyweds. They had found each other in their late 50s, and so still the power struggle thing was still kind of happening. And I was with them when they were like kind of at each other's throats a little bit. And I suddenly just said, I'd love you more if you were different. And they stopped and we all laughed. And I said, excuse me, I'll be right back, but I got to go write this song.
Cynthia, have you sung that song to your husband?
Oh yeah, he has heard that many times. Yes.
Well, I hope you'll do Pioneer at some point while you're here.
Oh, I had not planned to, but Christine, I would do anything for Christine Lavin. I would sing whatever. I didn't rehearse it, but that could be an adventure, right?
Yeah, you can put the lyrics on the screen. Nobody will know.
Oh, no, I know. I pretty much know the words. It's just I haven't like. Blah, 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 blah. Usually it rolls out of my mouth. Okay, let's just try it and see what happens. What do you say?
Right. Well, you know, I gotta say that Hillary Rollins is in the house.
She is. I don't see her, but I believe you. Hi, Hillary Rollins.
She didn't have her camera on. Did she? Hillary, turn on your camera. Hillary is Hillary of Hilly, Lily, and Lulu.
I know, and she has told me some stories. Hi, honey.
Hi, sweetie. Oh, good to see everyone.
I know. Can I just say, first of all, I just miss everybody. I miss everybody.
Why is she shaking her fist at people? She mad? Why are you mad, Hilly? She like
crazy. She crazy.
She's like,
I'm mad at the pandemic because
exactly. I knew that.
My friends in person.
I knew that's why. I knew that's why. You look beautiful.
Well, we
would
not know about Cynthia except for Hillary, because I did a show out at McCabe's. It was Christine Lavin and Friends. Hillary Rollins presents Christine Lavin and Friends. Me and 6 songwriters, 5 from LA. Cynthia's one. And she sings her song Pioneer, which when you hear it, it'll be a little later in the show. You will it's a folk standard. So Hillary, thank you so much for turning us on to Cynthia and to Daniel and everybody else that you did.
Daniel, yeah.
Daniel Kaner, yeah.
Daniel Kaner. I hope he's sleeping.
Yeah,
it's the middle of the night right there. Let's see.
Okay. Now this is the part where I would normally do a song, but I see that Robin Bateau is in the house.
Oh,
Robin.
Snap.
Yeah.
Robin, can you do a song for us? Do you have your setup on? Where's Robin? Did he walk away from the...
Robin's gone.
There he is. Hey, Robin.
Hey. Hi, Robin.
We can't hear you. You got to unmute yourself.
You are unmuted, but it looks like you have the wrong microphone selected or something, Robin.
Okay, you know what, Robin, while you're figuring that out, let's talk to Betsy Francofini. She is the illustrator who turned the pages for Amoeba Hop early in the show.
Yes.
And she's got a new book coming. It's December 1st, right, Betsy?
It launches officially December 1st. Yes.
Cool.
Well, tell us about it.
Well, here it is. And it's about what the scientists have nicknamed the microscopic organisms called the diatoms, and they nickname them jewels of the sea. Christine, could you do like the whole and ask everybody to raise their hands if they've ever heard of diatoms?
Okay, here I'm gonna put it.
Gallery.
Okay, raise your hand in the gallery if you've ever heard of diatoms. Okay, raise your hand if you have heard of them. Oh,
If you have heard of, yes.
Well, you know what, Gordon Nash, our Jeopardy champion, he knows. But of
Oh,
course,
Oh yeah,
of course,
yeah, he was But
three-time Jeopardy champion.
oh, wow.
how many people know? How many people know about diatoms approximately? I mean, how many people raise their hands?
Looks like 3 or
That's it?
4.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! Oh my gosh! I can't believe it. They are the most valuable. That's why they're called jewels of the sea. Not only are they gorgeous, I want to show you some. Here they are. They're going to go on a quest to find the diatoms with their grandfather. But they are so beautiful. Here are some of them, and you see them? They're like 200,000 species of diatoms. They create 25% of the air, the oxygen we breathe. That's one of the things they do. They are also the basis of the food chain. So they're microscopic, so they get eaten up, and then you know how it goes in the food chain.
Damn, them bitches is tiny. Ooh, that shit is tiny.
Yeah, it's the base of the food chain. I mean, those two things in itself, you think that would be enough? It's not enough. They do so many other things. Like, okay, when they die, they sink. The frustules sink down to the bottom. Their frustules are their shells. They're made of silica shells. They're like glass, beautiful, beautiful. That's why they're called jewels too. And over millions of years, they have formed down there diatomaceous earth. Okay, Christy, take a show of hands again. How many people have heard of diatomaceous earth? Probably more people, right?
Because I think, isn't it one of the ingredients in Dairy Queen ice cream?
I hope not.
That would have been my guess.
I thought it was.
Oh
I don't know.
God.
No. It's here. These are things that they make diatomaceous earth at. They make cat litter, kitty litter with diatomaceous
Yeah.
earth, and it's in our toothpaste. And
Okay.
many years ago, they made pyramids with diatoms. Well, no, with diatomaceous earth. These creatures, these little microscopic one cell creatures are amazing. So if you want an amazing book, because now we know science is real, because our new president says it's real.
Who knew?
No, it is. It's real. So you want to teach your kids and get a really close look at diatoms, and you will learn so much, obviously, because most of you never heard of diatoms. But I did a whole lot of research with scientists around the nation, diatom specialists. Yes, they're diatom specialists. and wrote a lot of information in the back of the book about the diatoms and all the amazing things they do. See, photosynthesis, they go through photosynthesis. That's why but what's also important is what they do for climate change and for climate change research and pollution indicator, lots of amazing stuff that these little guys do.
Wait a minute, didn't diatomaceous earth, didn't they have that hit back in the 60s? I just want to celebrate. Wasn't that their full name? They called it rare earth, but I think it was
exactly. Rare diatomaceous, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
Man, this is tickling my vital
celebrate.
And here's the original Spyro-Gyra band.
Wow, yes. Spyro-Gyra. Yeah.
Holy jelly Beckenstein.
So Betsy, how much is the diatom book going to cost?
Okay, well, it's actually it retails for $14.99. It is soft cover, but I'm selling it for $12.99 from my website only. Don't get me started about Amazon, because I've been selling.
What? $2 off?
No. Wait, because everybody wants to go to Amazon because they give you free. Everybody's got Prime. They give you free shipping. Okay, so you are going to have to pay for shipping for this lovely book. However, because it's $2 off, so you got that working for you, and it's not. Yeah, it's not that much. I think I charge like $4.95 or something for shipping on top of it. So at my website, both books are available. Don't go to Amazon. Anyway, you can't get this anywhere because it's a short run. There aren't that many, and it's just brand new, hot off the press. So that's at BetsyFrancolfini.com.
Yeah, you know, I got to tell you, I have a niece who is an author, and she calls Amazon the Great Satan. Just so you know.
Oh my gosh, I am with her. They're horrible. I'm telling you, they're horrible. Anyway.
Well, thank you, Betsy. And it's a lovely book, and it's for kids. What are the age group again for the Diacon book?
K through 3 also, but it's a book that's supposed to be read with your kids, so you can do it with kids who don't know how to read yet. You can sit with them and they can learn a lot about the cool stuff that dietons do.
So, excuse me. If I get the book, and I pay the extra $2, do I get some children? Because I ain't got no children up in here. I'm just trying to figure out does it come with some children? I could use a couple children up in here, you know. Because I'm a Democrat, I want to go south, and you know we're gonna eat the children. You know how that works down there, right?
Yes.
So that's why that's true. That's
absolutely that's gospel.
We need some children up in here.
All right,
I don't have
them in. Vance, I'll throw some in just for you. I'll throw some in.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, let's get back to Robin. Robin Bateau. Is your sound on? Robin.
He's still talking to himself. Robin. Your microphone is not working, Robin.
You. Okay, let's go back.
Christine, look who's here.
Katie. Oh, Katie, the newlywed.
Oh my!
To see you.
Oh, it's great to see you. I loved your wedding pictures. They were so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
And
oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm just sort of in shock because you look so much like my goddaughter.
Oh,
whose
like my mom.
No, whose birthday is today, and she's 25, and you look like her, and I just went, oh, Lily. Just like, and thank you. It's just lovely to see your face like that.
All right, well, I don't want to interrupt, but
oh my God.
And Katie was the model for the little girl in the Amoeba Hop book.
Yeah.
Hey, Betsy, if I buy the book, will you send me that one? That child looks cool. She looks like she can cook and walk my dog. I don't want nothing else now. I know I ain't crazy, but
she's going to law school. She's going to be a lawyer.
Oh, because I'm gonna need a lawyer.
Good on you.
Yes. Because I'm getting old and I'm just saying shit I don't mean some of the time. So I'm gonna need a lawyer real soon.
Okay. Vance, what city are you in, Vance? What city are you in?
What?
Where do you live?
Oh, I'm in Boston.
Oh, you
Boston.
are?
Whoa.
New York has reciprocity with Massachusetts, so
Where?
we're all good.
Where are you?
I'm in California now, but I'm going to take the bar in New York.
Oh, okay, good. You're good.
That's
a long way to go drink. Why are you going to go to a bar in New York? Is this thing working? This thing ain't working the way I wanted to. She said she's going to a bar in New York. White people are crazy. They just why do they do stuff
White
like
people
that?
are crazy.
To a bar in
Thank
New York.
you. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, Vance, you have a date.
What? I'm just saying.
Hey, Vance, I got one quick question because you live in Boston. Have you met Eric Schwartz?
Oh, Eric Schwartz and I are friends. Yeah. He
was one of the all right. Just wanted to make sure.
Public lunch with out in the
all right. Good. That just wanted to make sure. He is my bud. Yeah.
He's a brilliant man.
Yes, he is.
Betsy, child. See you, girl. We lost her. Cynthia, you had to go ask me a question and she ran.
Sorry, pal.
I'm sorry. On her. I need somebody to walk my damn dog.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I I did that wrong.
She was working, otherwise they'd be apart, but now she had to work one of her jobs that, besides she's an actress too, so,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was just in that movie with, what's her name?
Actor
The
and
real
lawyer.
Serious,
Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett. That was a very interesting film.
Yeah, where'd you go, Bernadette? It was last year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bernadette! Bernadette! Sorry.
Okay,
I'm triggerable.
Vance, it's your turn for a song.
What?
Yeah.
Are we still singing? I thought we were done with that.
No, come on. Come on.
okay.
Entertain us.
Singing about airplanes, man.
Oh, yeah, we want to see one of your airplanes.
Well, I'm not going to run downstairs now.
No, you got to sing now.
Yeah.
Well, this is poor Neil. Poor Neil deGrasse Tyson.
NDGT.
A whole bunch of people have come up to him and told him about this song, and he keeps sending this message back. Tell Vance Gilbert that the song is very nice. So, Christine, you can tell him again that I played this song, and I'm still mad.
I will.
Goodbye, Pluto. So long to your tradition and your solo life's ambition of just whirling around the sun. Goodbye, Pluto. Being number 9 was nice till you lost your planetary status. Now you're simply rock and ice. There are 8 that spin before you, and they use up all the rays that the sun gives to her children to turn the night to day. So goodbye, Pluto. I know it doesn't seem quite fair, 3,000 million miles away, and God just leaves you there, and I think I understand. When the spin gets out of hand, sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye. Goodbye, Pluto. All this bidding you would do, but both of us know better that your orbiting ain't through. Never mind them, Pluto. With one roll around the sun, 250 years go by, and when that year is done, by that time, Pluto, they'll be dead and gone to dust, taking their equations with them, their opinions gone to rust, and I think I understand. When the spin gets out of hand, sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Goodbye, old me. You were useful while you lasted. Now I'm dropping off that bastard that kept springtime out of reach. Farewell, you old familiar, as you track your way through space. There comes a time when all of us are done and get replaced. So goodbye, Pluto, you'll be salty for a while, but a couple trips around old Sol, you'll be back in style, and I think I understand. When the spin gets out of hand, Sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye. Sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye.
Whoa, man. That was awesome, my friend.
Oh, beautiful.
So much. Thanks so much, you guys.
Oh my God, that's a wonderful song.
Okay,
Wow.
Cynthia, you go next.
Yes.
How do you follow that?
Yes. Oh, you
she's
don't.
gonna
You know
do
what?
just fine.
You
She'll
don't.
do
You
just
have to
fine.
go. Blah, 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 blah. You have to just sort of.
She
Wow.
did just fine. She did
Oh
just fine.
man, Vance, that's a fantastic song. My favorite T-shirt, which I'm not wearing right now, says "Pluto, never forget."
Right.
I love it. That's
It's a
great.
really nice shirt. Well, because see, Christine requested Pioneer, so I'm gonna just take a quick shot at it, and we'll see what's the worst thing that can happen, Christine.
Nothing.
See, there you go. So I'm gonna just try this song, and we're gonna roll. It's called Pioneer, and there's a chorus that you're gonna have to sing on. You'll learn it. It was Asia's loss when they trudged across that land bridge eons ago. They were frozen stiff, but they knew that if they stopped, they would drop in the snow. So on they went, though nearly spent, heading south for the warmth and the sun, where a life of ease and coconut trees awaited them, everyone. 10 miles on, it began to dawn. They were 1 migrator shy. So back they trod. There he was, by God, with his wife and a gleam in his eye. "Let's go!" they cried. "Hell no," he replied, while his wife threw a righteous fit. "You believe this clown? He wants to go down as the father of the Inuit." Who was that man who saw the tundra and said, "This looks good. I'm stopping here. I'll sleep on ice and eat this blubber"? Who was that man? A pioneer. A pioneer. This is the chorus. A pioneer. Not afraid of the new frontier. He'll boldly go where others fear to tread. Oh. The ancient Scots were a quiet lot as they went about their labor. Up in the hills it was deathly still except for the thump of the caber. Then one day in the month of May, when the sheep were killed and cut up, one curious lad said, "What's that, Dad?" "It's a sheep bladder. Take it and shut up." He sat right there and blew it full of air, which screamed as it was let out. And sweet was the sound as any he'd found, for he didn't very often get out. He played all day till the neighbors ran away, and the army said, "Let's commandeer it, for men will fly into battle and die like dogs so they don't have to hear it." Who was that boy who squeezed that bladder and called it bagpipes and played for all to hear? Though some said stop, oh God, please stop it, he played right on. He was a pioneer. Everybody, a pioneer, a pioneer. Not afraid of a new frontier. He'll boldly go where others fear to tread. Okay, here we go. There are strange things sold for American gold in the Indonesian Isles. Cigarette boats and sex with goats and cheap ceramic tiles. But strangest of all is the coffee they call the Kopi Luwak brand. 600 a pound and there's not much around. It's a tale of supply and demand. The beans you you see have all been pre-consumed for your enjoyment. They've passed down through small animals who don't know of this odd employment. And before it's packed and then fast-tracked to the cream of the human species, each little bean is carefully gleaned from steaming weasel feces. Oh, brave are we in the land of the free. We run right out and buy it. But the real hero is that Java Joe who first decided to try it. Who was that man? That visionary who saw the bean and felt no fear, where others saw a pile of weasel shit. One dared to see a new frontier. Who was that man? For it was no woman who stepped in something and said, "Oh boy, look here." Was he out of his mind or out of coffee? Either way, he was a pioneer, a pioneer, a pioneer, not afraid of a new frontier. He'll boldly go where others fear to tread.
Whoa!
That was awesome.
Oh,
That was awesome.
what is that kind of coffee? What do you call that coffee?
You can buy this stuff. Kopi Luwak, Kopi Luwak, Kopi Luwak. And you want to hear a funny, quick story about that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know Emo Phillips, the comedian?
I know who he is. Yeah.
Emo is a bud, and this is fantastic. He went to Vietnam. He was doing a gig in Vietnam, and he came back and he brought me some Kopi Luwak coffee. And I said, "Oh, how wonderful!" Because I wrote that song and I've never tasted it. And he said, "What song?" And it's like he had never heard the Pioneer song, and yet he brought me this coffee, and it was the craziest. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's exactly the thing. That's exactly the thing. So I have tasted this stuff, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's coffee. It's fine.
How much does it cost?
Oh, it's insane. It really is. It's gone from $600 a pound, which I think I left in the lyrics. It's now about $800 a pound. It's berserk. Nice. It's just stupid. It's just stupid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bring some to Boston so Vance and I can try it next time you come.
All right, I will. I'm not sure how I will do this, but I will do it.
We'll make it happen.
Well, I guess you know what? I'm going to do a song. I tried to get Daniel to do a song, but he's not set up. I asked John Forster to do a song. He's not set up either.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this one. I was booked at the Kerrville Folk Festival. I flew from New York.
Oh, Kerrville, yeah.
Houston on to San Antonio, and I noticed on the plane in Houston that a fly got on the plane. Then we took off, and we flew through a thunderstorm, and the plane was struck by lightning. At that moment, the fly and I switched bodies, and I wrote the song. I was trapped inside the body of the fly. I am not kidding. This stuff happens.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm a fly on a plane. I am buzzing all around. I got on in Houston. I'm San Antonio bound. I'm not riding in coach. I think I'll fly first class. I'm on the head of a banker. Zip, zip, I'm on the rim of her glass. My, oh my, I'm a fly. Taking a free ride on a plane. I'm a fly on a plane. My flight's a little erratic. The highest I've ever been was in a swing time cowgirl's attic. I didn't mean to leave home, but now the die is cast. I guess my destiny is to roam and to fly really fast, very fast, mighty fast. My oh my, I'm a fly, taking a free ride on a plane. When I get to San Antonio, I'm going to make a lot of new fly friends. When I tell them that I am from Houston, the eyes will bug out and they'll say, "Come again." Don't tell us no Texas tall tales. How did you get here? I'll say, I flew. All those San Antonio flies will say, "Man alive, I've got immense respect for you." Zip, zippity doo-dah. Zip, zippity yeah. Zip, zippity doo-dah. Say hey, Willie Mae, say hey. I'm a fly on a plane. I got a lot of dreams. I I never counted on a Rhoda in flight magazine.
I always love that. I always love that, Chris.
Look at the shocked looks on your faces. It was a fly. It wasn't like it was a pop.
Oh my God.
I love that. That is so wonderful. That is
sensitive.
just wonderful.
Oh my God. Oh
Yeah, that's
She's
good.
so wonderful, isn't she?
Jesus, that's just wonderful. It was just
Didn't
great.
even have a name. Didn't even have a name. It was just a fly.
A fly.
Man. just rolled it right up. Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's do one more round, and then we're gonna all go home to work. Well, we're already home.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm actually in my friend's basement at this moment.
Oh, do they know?
Yeah. They know. They're upstairs. Upstairs having dinner, waiting for me. And I just said, yeah. So, yeah.
But then you're drinking.
I'm down here. I took my martini and just bailed on the whole operation. So there we are.
We're glad you did.
Well, let's have one more song from Vance.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Talk to us a little bit.
Well, you were just talking about. I'm trying to stay within the topic of flies. These people know what flies are about. They have quite a bit of experience with flies. Here's their song. Once upon a time when we were dead, just wandering around, biting, eating everybody all over town. Not a lot of brain function at the old spinal cord junction, so we amble and we ramble and make the strangest of sounds. With all that tromping and marauding and human smokers board and other zombie business, you know a zombie surely can get bored. So when two zombies meet each other and bump foreheads, it's no mistake. It's a perfect opportunity for some zombie patty cake, zombie patty cake. Clap the back of both hands, and the right, then the left, and the rest of your friends. You hope your arms don't fall off and your elbows don't break. Other than that, have yourself a good time. Play you some zombie patty cake. Well, I think I ate the sailor that went to CCC. He tasted kind of salty. Well, at least he did to me. And I remember very fondly that baker baking just as fast as he can. I have it on good authority that he's the sweetest old man. Yeah, we have lowered expectations whenever you try to dance, because you're bound to step on somebody's foot and take down their zombie pants. And if zombie pants falling down wasn't the worst mistake, when your leg come clean off with it, it's time for zombie patty cake, zombie patty cake. Clap the back of both hands, and the right, then the left, and the wrist of your friends. We thought about square dancing, but those rules, for goodness sake, let's play something we can have. Let's play some zombie patty cake. So if you ever wake up and find yourself dead, and you and your zombie friends are walking around scratching your head, and you're looking for entertainment options in which we all can partake, I get yourself a zombie partner, play some zombie patty cake. Zombie patty cake, clap the back of both hands, and the right, then the left, and the wrist of your friends. We thought about breakdancing, but nah. Zombie patty cake, clap, right, left. Get that fly off of me. Arm wrestling's out of the question. There's just too much at stake, so we go with this option. We play some zombie patty cake.
Oh, Vance. That's awesome.
Woo! Woo! I'm making all those noises. Woo! Oh my God.
Oh,
that is so great.
So,
That
Vance,
is so great.
tell us about your Monday night pajama party. How does
So
that work?
Monday night, every Monday night at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, over on YouTube, I have Vance Gilbert's Monday night acoustic pajama party, where you come in your pajamas and I play songs. There's a tip jar, but you don't have to put no money in it. I don't care. And I've been doing that now. This Monday coming up will be number 36.
Wow.
Done it all but one. I took one night off in the last 36 weeks and 37 weeks since the beginning of the pandemic, and that's what I do. That's what I do over there, and you're welcome to show up. And this week's theme is I'm digging deep into my catalog. And I'm also hopefully going to show up with 3 brand new tunes. And
oh, cool!
Doesn't matter
Wow.
what state they're in. I'm going to get on there and play them. I don't give a damn because it's free. So,
But
yeah,
you know, speaking of the tip jar, at 10:15 when we started this after party, any money that comes in after 10:15, I split it with Vance and with Cynthia. So if
well,
you
that's very kind of you.
show love and support for what we're doing in the after party.
You're so nice, Christine. You started me off in this business, and I don't know whether to thank you or slap you, but I just, because of you back in 1990 or 1991 is when you it took me out for a bunch of gigs at some point and talk to people at Rounder Records and to take me on the tour, and thank you so much. I love you for that.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
So Vance, tell us a little bit about when you toured with George Carlin. Did you really fly like on his private plane and everything?
One time I did, yeah. Twice. No, I was on a private jet twice, and it was a blast. It was, George needed to work. He was ill, as he got older, and so sort of like COPD kind of thing, but he still was sharp on his game, and any time that he wasn't performing on stage, he was working, writing up new material, and he was very kind to me. He was great. He liked what I did. He had some favorites. There was an a cappella tune that I used to do called "The King of Rome" that I stole from June Tabor and Garnet Rogers. They did great versions of it, and I took a version of it I've been doing for years, and he really liked it. And one night I did something else, and he came up to me. He says, "Great set. It was really great the way you opened the night with that other a cappella tune, but I really like that King of Rome," which is as good as saying, "That's what you'll play."
Exactly. Yes.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
That's pretty much. Okay, I guess I'm putting that back into set.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Strongly suggested.
Well, you know what?
Exactly.
We're gonna have another song from Cynthia, and then we'll end the night with "King of Rome." Will you do it for us?
Cool.
The night? Could you do it?
I could do it. I
in
could
honor
do
of
anything.
George Carlin.
I'll do
right.
anything. Well, whatever.
I'll do anything. Anything.
Just about.
Anything.
But
Anything.
Cynthia.
Yes.
I need another song from you.
It has a ukulele. Is that permissible? Because you know how people feel. It's like it's right up there with the accordion, right? I mean.
Wait a minute, Cynthia. What? Wait a minute. What? I'm looking for the other two strings. Where are the other two strings, girl?
I know. Right? I know.
Somebody stole the other two strings of that thing.
It's terrible. It is a tragic. It's a tragic thing. I know, and I actually like the accordion. So I shouldn't be saying that, but this is a song from. Okay, let me just first of all lay this out for you. On this, can I do this, Christine? Can I just sort of shamelessly plug my show?
I was going to ask you about it anyway.
Oh, well.
But no, don't talk about it now.
Okay, sure. Cool. It is, there is a show that my partner, Mark Nutter, who is brilliant, and I wrote a show called Christmas Smackdown. It is all original music. We have taken your cherished holiday ideas, slammed them to the mat, and it is everything you suspect it might be. That takes on there's songs about arson, alcoholism. It's Christmas, and we're going to do that show on December 5, Saturday, December 5 at 6 p.m. Pacific time, which is to say 9 in New York, 9 Eastern Standard, and the UK, it's 2:00 in the morning. I'm sorry. And if you send me your email address, you send jinglesmackdown@gmail.com. If you send your email address, I will send you. Is this backwards for you?
No, that's right.
That's sort of sad, isn't it? Wait,
No,
can
you're good.
Can you
You're
see?
good. You're good. It's
I'm good.
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's perfect.
Okay. And I will send you the Zoom invite for the Christmas Smackdown, and I promise you'll be happy you did this. I absolutely.
When's it gonna be, Cynthia?
Did you say when?
Yeah.
Saturday, December 5.
December 5. Okay.
Saturday, December 5 at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. California, and there is a website. We're working on it right now to get it caught up to this, but it'll be there like in the next 2 days. ChristmasSmackdown.com. So Christmas Smackdown is what you want to. I promise you that you'll be happy that you did this. Christine, I so want you to see the Smackdown. I'm very excited that you could maybe even see it.
I'll be there.
Cool. And this is a song from Christmas Smackdown. It's a wonderful show. It's got. I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't like to brag about stuff, but this show is so cool. Mark and I wrote it, and we had this great cast consisting of me and Mark and Liesl Hansen. Liesl is the woman you're currently seeing roll down a hill in a State Farm commercial, right?
I love that commercial.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Liesl is one of our peeps in this show, and Graham Skipper, who is brilliant, and Brian Gillespie, who is likewise brilliant, and that's the five of us. And it is just a very cool show where we take Christmas apart, and you're going to have a good time. And this is a song from the show. It's called "Christmas by the Fire with You." It's cold outside, but it's warm and toasty and full of cheer by the fire with you, my dear. Snuggling with my dearest darling sweetheart, nobody around but you and me, roasting away our troubles, happy as two bluebirds in a tree. I don't know what tomorrow's going to look like. I don't know what this world is coming to. I only know tonight is kind of special. It's Christmas by the fire with you. Who cares if it's snowing? I love the way the room is glowing. The flames flicker higher. Who cares if there's no fireplace? Oh, won't you wiggle just a little closer so we can be a lovey-dovey pair? Oh, never mind, I know it's hard to wiggle when you're duct taped to your chair. Watch the way the page begins to bubble. Listen as the floor is falling through. Oh, what could be more hopelessly romantic than Christmas by the fire with you? Oh, oh, la 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 la. Ha ha, la 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 la. Ha, la 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 la. Christmas by the fire with you. So comfy, so cozy, your cheeks are seriously rosy. I'm drifting, I'm dreaming. Now if only you'd stop screaming. I didn't know that you were such a whiny pants. You didn't know that I like setting fires. So many things to learn about each other. Quick before your time expires. Oh, listen dear, I think I hear a siren. I guess somebody called the fire crew. But they'll arrive too late to spoil the magic of Christmas by the fire with you. I always will remember, long after dancing through the embers of this perfect night in December. Christmas by the fire with you. I'm going to miss you. Christmas by the fire with you. I have to run now. Christmas by the fire with you.
That was great. That was great, Cynthia.
Oh, there's not enough Christmas songs.
So yeah, it's a lot of great.
to duct tape.
It's a lot
You
of
don't hear
twisted
that.
material. Yeah, exactly. Duct tape is very, very important at the Christmas season. Yes, so that's only one of the reasons, Christine. Yes. So
Well,
yes. So let me just show this one more time. Cynthia, no, it's not even my name. Jingle Smackdown at gmail.com.
I did put all
Jingle
that stuff in the chat for you
Smackdown.
too,
Okay.
Cynthia.
He put it in
Thank
the
you.
chat room.
That's great. That makes me so happy. Thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Well, thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Hillary Rollins, for turning us on.
Thank you, Hillary Rollins. And and Neil Braverman, I know your name. Are we Facebook friends or something?
I'm not on Facebook, so I doubt it. But
So apparently not. Okay.
But I'm going to email you anyway.
Yeah, please do. And Brandon, it was really nice to meet you. And Christine, I am so happy to have sort of met in a certain way Vance Gilbert, because damn.
I knew you two would like each other.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I just want to be a pioneer now. I
want to be a pioneer. Cool. Yes. You're an official pioneer as far as I'm concerned. Christine, you are a god, and I am bowing to you.
Oh.
Yes,
Come on.
Come on.
And thank you, everyone. And remember, if you put anything in the tip jar after 10:15, it goes to Cynthia and to Vance and to me.
Can I just say, Christine?
Yeah.
I've already gotten like 3 or 4 orders for my.
Oh yay! Oh my God!
Oh, that's fantastic, Betsy.
Thank you, Christine. And thank you, everybody. Yeah.
Oh, and
I'm sure you'll get more.
Yes, you totally will get more. I promise you will get more.
Wow, this is so good. And we want to thank Brandon O'Sullivan. Who's
Brandon O'Sullivan, thank you.
Yeah, because he did a show earlier for Matt Watroba and Reverend Robert.
Wow.
So he's working very hard tonight, and we can't do it without him. And after hearing Vance talk about what it was like with Robert Klein, sorry. What's his name?
Oh, I would love to
George
Robert
Carlin.
Klein.
George Carlin,
yeah. If you would end with that song that he loved, I think this would be a great way to sign off.
I'm flattered that you want to hear that. Sure, if you'd like.
I'm sticking to that.
In the West End of Derby lives a working man. Says I can't fly, but me pigeons can. And when I sets them free, it's just like part of me gets lifted up on shining wings. Now Charlie Hudson's pigeon loft was down the yard in a rented house in Brook Street where life was hard. But Charlie had a dream, and in 1913 Charlie bred a pigeon that made his dreams come true. Now there was going to be a champions race from Italy. We looked over the maps, all that land and sea. Charlie, you'll lose that bird, but Charlie never heard. He put it in a basket and sent it off to Rome. The day of the big race, a storm blew in. 1,000 birds are swept away and never seen again. Charlie, we told you so. Surely by now you know, when you're living in the West End, ain't many dreams come true. Yeah, I know, but I had to try. You can crawl around your whole life, or you can learn to fly. And when you're living here, the ground seems awful near, and sometimes I need a lift to victory. Well, I was out with me mates for a pint or two when I saw a wing flash up in the blue. Charlie's the king of Rome. He's come back to his West End home. Come out quick, he's perched up on your roof. Come on down, your majesty. I knew you'd make it back to me. Come on down, me lonely one. You made me dream come true. In the west end of Derby lives a working man. Says I can't fly, but me pigeons can. And when I sets them free, it's just like part of me gets lifted up on shining wings.
Beautiful, Vance.
Wow.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God.
Vance, I have somebody to say goodbye.
Hey, man, girl, hey, man, bye.
Bye. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
Beautiful.
Katie had to come back and see you, Vance. See?
Wonderful. Thank you, Vance. Thank you.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable.
I can see why George loved that song, Vance.
And thank you, Brandon O'Sullivan. And Brandon, you want to explain how we end these things?
Yeah. So first off, let's say bye to everybody on Facebook and YouTube real quick.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
Facebook. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.